Television is talking about the discussion for adjustment to have a new exchange rate. Can you believe that, Mr. Frank? Every day they tell us they're going to give us a new exchange rate. You know why they're telling us they're going to give us a new exchange rate? They say since the auctions are stopping. Frank, tell Parliament to move over, the cash cow is coming to an end. It's coming, that's all there is to it. Iraq Stock Exchange ranks first in the Arab world in trading volume for November. Quote, trading volumes achieved a growth of 131.24% during November 2024 compared to the previous month, thus topping the Arab financial markets in terms of growth rates. My Iraqi contacts this morning are pretty upbeat. My contacts still think it could go at any moment and are prepared for it. Question: rumor is that the dinar has RV'd. Have you anything to say about those rumors? Caperoni, currencies of a country are not some lottery ticket. They represent a country, and if a currency is ever going to go up in value, it will be based on the success and economic growth of that country. Iraq is trying to rebuild their country and diversify their economy. Iraq has made a lot of progress over the years rebuilding, but still has a ways to go. If Iraq can create a market economy, and diversify away from oil, we may see some improvement in the value gradually as a result. But there is no significant RV like the gurus talk about. Sudden suspension of the dollar sale platform by the central bank will not affect local markets from the dollar exchange rate, but there are those who try to broadcast rumors that this step will change the exchange rate. A lot of these YouTubers claiming the exchange rate is going to be changed, it's not. There's nothing out there that indicates it. What you have is a lot of positive reforms taking place. Eventually the Iraqi dinar will delete the zeros, we'll get a new type of currency, and then you're going to see something happen to the exchange rate. But no, it's not going to happen before the end of the year. No, it's not going to happen at the first of the year. No, it's not going to happen in February or March. If we have the float coming, if we have the auctions stopping, if all the things Sudani and the CBI have been saying. Therefore the conclusion means that the lower notes have been put into position because the next step would expose them. Question: when the RV happens and the rates change, will the rates continue to go up, or is that it? Marx: I have been told repeatedly that rates will not fluctuate much at all. No more than 1 to 2%. So when people say they are going to hang on to the currency to ride the float, it may bite them in the butt. I was told there will be a small window to exchange, and if not exchanged by then, those bills will no longer be accepted. Dollar auction. What is the truth about stopping the central bank's platform for currency conversion? Quote, this platform will be stopped at the end of this year, according to what the bank officially announced. They changed the name to currency window as opposed to auction. That represents foreign currencies. Article: quote, this platform will be stopped at the end of this year. The dollar auctions as we know them are going bye-bye by the end of the year. That doesn't mean the 31st, it means coming at any time. Television is reshowing the speech of Sudani from the other day when he said citizens want something realistic and they are tired of promises. Frank, the fact they reshowed it is extremely important. Sudani is going out almost on a daily basis telling the Iraqi citizens, I got you. I told you I'm going to give you purchasing power. I got you. The dollar market is on one leg. A new mechanism and the exchange rate is threatened. They are just telling us that there is a process in place to change out the dinar to the lower denominations and effect the rate as part of this process without causing havoc. A higher, sudden RV, if not done appropriately, would cause havoc. There are many here in the US and all over the world that are expecting a value change with the end of the auctions. Not just people on the internet, but folks in government and the banking world as well. television saying Iraq is buying huge amounts of gold and it's to offset the ending of the dollar exchange auctions. An expected rise in the dollar, temporary shock awaits the Iraqi market. This is talking about the end of the auctions. One thing that will solve all their worries is an upward reinstatement or revaluation close or higher than the US dollar. Prime Minister, Iraq is a historical center of Christianity in the Middle East. Quote, Iraq is a historical center for Christianity in the Middle East, and that Christians have contributed for centuries to supporting Iraq's civilization, culture and development, and were builders of this country in various stages, adding that Iraq's identity that transcends sects and religions is our real goal, and this is clear through the cohesion and participation in various occasions, especially Christmas and what it represents as a symbol of unity and brotherhood. The next step is for the auctions to stop and the Iraqi dinar currency to float freely internationally in a basket with other currencies. It will cause the value to go up. Iraq Stock Exchange first with the volume of trading between Arab markets. It only launched a year or so ago, but already it's the largest trading market in the Middle East. This one is huge. They are setting themselves up as a regional leader, a world leader, and what is going to be important. They need a currency that matches the region. That rate bar is high when you look at Kuwait and Bahrain and LL of the other currencies' values over there. Iran confirmed on Wednesday that Iraq has allowed Iranian trucks to cross its territory into Kuwait, which will create a jump in Iranian exports and significantly reduce their transportation costs. Amin Fartosi, a member of the board of directors of the Joint Chamber of Commerce between Iran and Kuwait, confirmed in a press statement, Iraq has granted the Iranians permission to transit goods to Kuwait through its territory. In trade between Iran and Kuwait, Iranian goods are usually shipped to the sea upon arrival at the port, and then transported by sea to their destination. In the land route, the advantage is that goods enter Iraq from the Shalamchi crossing, and then enter Kuwaiti territory from the Safwan crossing. It takes about an hour to cross the distance between the Shalamchi and Safwan crossings, which is much less time compared to the time it takes to transport from Iran to Kuwait by sea, he added. Another advantage of land transportation of goods to Kuwait via Iraq is that the goods are loaded onto trucks at the source and then unloaded at the destination, without the need for unloading and loading again at the port. All these things help reduce the cost of transporting goods, and thus reduce the final cost of trade with Kuwait, making Iran's exports to other countries via Kuwait more feasible, he added. The member of the board of directors of the Joint Chamber of Commerce between Iran and Kuwait continued, this step is still in the stage of obtaining initial approval from Iraqi officials, and has not been implemented yet. So far, no export goods have been shipped through the Iraqi transit route to Kuwait. But if this route is implemented,